Give me a hug because that's what I need. Stop trying to distract me from what I'm feeling because I'm coming to you and I'm telling you. I don't got friends at school. If I want some attention from you at home, this is the only place where I'm getting it. You're my parent.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Voices of Adoption. I am here with the multi-talented, amazing, brave ASAVV.
Hey.
Hello. I'm so honored for you to be here.
Thank you.
Yes, I've been seeing you growing as an artist, and definitely learned that you are, from the foster care system, and just so inspirational. So I would love for you to introduce yourself, say your name, what you do, and then also your age and kind of how you got into adoption, or like kind of where you fit with that.
Okay. My name is ASAVV. I'm an artist from the west side of Chicago, also known as the Hood's Rockstar. I'm 22 years old, and yeah, I'm just a creative telling my story through songs.
I love that. Awesome. And then how did you get into music?
So I've been writing music since I was like 8 years old.
Okay.
I remember like growing up in the system and stuff like that. So when it came to school and we had like show and tell and stuff like that, I didn't really have much to show, and a lot of stuff that I did have I ended up losing through moving. And so I knew that I could make music because I used to love like Young Money, Nicki Minaj. So I tried to make my own music, and then that's where I started at. Like I used to do my shit as show and tell, and everybody used to messing with it. And I was like, oh yeah, I like this. I'm good at it, and yeah.
Okay, nice. So you just like fell into it, and more so kind of just kind of felt it that you really.
Yeah, I think my love for music as a kid just made me want to create my own versions of music, and then having nothing to share made that my thing to share, and it just kind of mixed.
Yeah. What was the reactions at school like?
Like wow, because in school I was quiet. I was an honor roll student, and because like I don't know why I was quiet for real. Like I feel like not having much, I don't know. I just came to school and I spoke when it was time for me to speak up as far as academics go, and showing like I was not quiet in terms of I always rose my hand and stuff like that. That's different. But I don't know. I think that me doing music, even now, people be like, I can't believe that that's you. Because even in high school, it's just like, I moved around. I wasn't trying to be popular and all that. I wasn't trying to, be friends with everybody. Always growing up, girls didn't mess with me anyways. And it was just because, like, I didn't have materialistic, but I always, like, felt confident and be feeling like, from a youngin', be feeling inadequate. And so, yeah, I never tried to be friends. But when I made music, everybody loved it. It was like, dang.
So what made the shift then from being, kind of talking when spoken to? Were you always outspoken, or like it sounds like you were shy?
Yeah, I was shy first. I think that over time I got tired of people trying to tell my story for me, and that's even now as an adult, and I'm having to like speak up and go on platforms and stuff like that, because it's like I don't want nobody trying to rewrite my story, especially when they don't know it and stuff like that, because it's like coming off as it probably seems like I'm just a pretty girl and I just have problems because I be going through with my parents and stuff like that, and it's like, well, you so pretty and people like you, so why are you sad like that? Like I hate that. I'm one of them like I'm a human, and I'm gonna always advocate for my feelings, for what's going on and shit like that. And before I didn't do that vocally. I just let things happen, and I kind of moved away and things like that when things weren't going right. But now I'm like standing up for myself, and I got tired of getting pushed over, bullied, beat on before. Like, no, I'm finna start beating back. Leave me alone.
So kind of basically just being pushed around, having your story be told, and you're just now like, all right, I'm done with that. I'm saying this, and you're gonna hear it from my mouth now. Yeah,
and I was tired of people trying to invalidate my experiences as well. That's family included. Like, family have a good way of like we live the same life, but we seen it different. And people should be able to understand that the way that you raise your child may not be the way that your child perceived how they were being treated and stuff like that. So while people felt like oh, I was in foster care, but I had this on at one point, and then they kicked me out, and I went back here, but at least somebody came and got me at this time. I feel like I was just rang through the system, like in and out the system, whichever family member wanted us at what time, and when they got tired of us, move on or go back to the system or go back to a toxic home. Like, yes, and nobody gets to be like, well, at least I tried. Like, bitch, you didn't try hard enough. I was a kid. And I love everybody for giving the effort that they did give, but the reality of it is I get to tell my story no matter how much effort or not you put in. So yeah,
I like even two questions right off the bat of that. The first one being, you said you felt invalidated by them. In what ways did they invalidate you?
I think my family always tried to invalidate my experiences for my traumas, because it's like, oh, well, you were still on the cheerleading team and you still was on the honor roll and you still made sure you were still at school. I did that. I made sure of that. Like, no one was sitting in her home with my mom when she was drunk and I had to get me and my sister to school. You just seen the aftermath when you came to the honor roll breakfast and you seen me all dressed up and everything was done. So just because I made it look good does not mean I wasn't experiencing it. So that's like my family on the outside looking in. And if even my mom can understand what she did and the pain that she caused, I don't feel like anybody else should have a say-so in what I get to speak on. I mean, she don't even have a say-so, but it's like if we could come to that understanding of why everybody else feels some type of way.
What pain do you feel like she has caused?
I think the pain that my mom has caused, I just feel like I'm hyper independent in like a bad way sometimes. It's like sometimes I don't allow love. I don't be giving chances over and over, but I don't be thinking that's a bad thing personally. As I grow, I have my ups and downs with it, but it's like I'm just real stern on, I've been doing this shit by myself, so I think I could do it by myself. There's no friendship I'm willing to keep going through the mud for. There's no relationship I'm willing to keep going through the mud for. It's like, and so it may look like I'm struggling because I'm willing to leave any situation and struggle if I need to figure it out by myself. So yeah, and that's I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because, you know, people have tried to love me and stuff like that, and people are human, but I just feel like I could do it by myself sometimes.
Is it sometimes easier for you to just do it by yourself versus like asking for help or receiving that from them?
Yeah, and especially because like in order to love me, you got to understand where I come from, and I don't mean to use it as a crush or nothing like that, because I've healed from, and I am still healing for what I've been through, but it's like you got to be able to trust somebody with your secrets like that. Like telling somebody about your family and the traumas that you've been through, that's only an argument bound to happen for them to throw it in your face and try to, oh, you only acting like this because you don't know what love feels like, or because you went through this with your mama and stuff like that. So that just made me want to keep people away. Like, I just rather you not know nothing about me. Like, yeah.
Have you had that happen to you before?
Oh, for sure. That's why I don't be close to people in general, like friendships, nothing. Like, I got it. I've been doing it by myself, and the more that y'all come around, this is the thing, because I got it and I can do shit by myself. When I have people around, I don't need you around for monetary gain. I don't need you around to show you, maybe, you know, show me how to get money, nothing. I generally just need love from you. And so what that love entails is me being able to be myself, tell you about my experiences, do things like that. Because people don't be coming around for love as well, they be coming around for other reasons and aesthetic purposes and stuff like that, we don't align. So it keeps me to be by myself, and it's hard to decipher what's real and what's not anymore on God. So it's just like easier by myself, and I find comfort there. Like, I'm not even sad by myself. I be happy, I be chilling, I make my most money, nobody be asking me for nothing, nobody could post up my business nowhere when I get mad. Like, I'm put up, I'm great. And I be doing better than most of the people that's like trying to attack me too. And so it's like, oh, we gotta touch on this.
What we gotta touch on? Yeah.
When you have been through something, like you used to be like an underdog, say you maybe used to be the broke kid, or say you most maybe never really had nothing, and then you get yourself as an adult to a place where you can sustain yourself, people are intimidated by you. And it's because it's like at one point all the support and family support that they had or whatever, it made it look like they had together. But when you're an adult and you got to go in the real world, you really got to get out there and get some money, figure out how to get a career, figure out how to maintain yourself, choose when and not to open your legs like that. It's really gonna show. And it's like, no matter what I've been through, family or not, I know how to get out there and do shit like that. But because of that, it's like people try to always come around me and remind me of where I came from. Well, don't forget your mama, and you still be going through this, and you know, at the end of the day, if we get into it, I can still go to my family, and because you don't have a mom, like all that lame Like, people just be intimidated by the fact that you had less and did more. And I can't control that. How the I'm supposed to control that?
And it almost sounds just like their own projection or their own insecurities, because they see that you had less, but you still did more, you know, and they just don't know how to handle that. And they don't like that because it makes them uncomfortable. How do you even deal with stuff like that then?
I get people to away from me. I will stop responding to your ass. I will act like I never knew you. I'm really like that. Like, I just go about life. And life for me changes so often. Like, I'm finna move out Chicago again. I really been planning to move out Chicago, but this whole lame shit overly amplified the fact that I'm finna pop my again. And it's like, because of that, I don't have attachment to people. Like, I will get up and move to cities by myself. I've done it. So it's like, you either gonna treat me right and stay along for the journey, or you gonna get left in the dust like everybody else. Next chapter, turn a page in the book.
Have you ever had anyone treat you right or loved you the way that you needed them?
Absolutely. And that's another reason. I honestly, and I don't even want to do this, but I gotta give props to my first love. Like, as being an adult and going through so many relationships on Gang Shadari, we was one of the like realest, you feel me? I feel like because we showed each other genuine love, we was both up at a time. Like, this when I was going through foster care. Him and his mom was a safe space for me. The only reason we really ain't be friends after the relationship is because I was too like, okay, no, I don't want to be your friend because, like, bitch, we've been together for 5-6 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was together for a long time. He took my virginity, everything. That was real love. The only thing that distanced us was, it was hood. I ain't gonna say it was hood love, but he was a hood. Even, like, we was kids, we started dating 14 and 15, but as we got older, you know, I was trying to go to college. I wanted to move around. Our love really just couldn't sustain outside of the hood for real. Like, that's what I'm finna say. That's the real tea. Like, yeah, there was some hood love that I needed in the hood. It was good. It was real. It was raw. But life goes on, and I want to do bigger things. He could have came with me, and we could have left the hood. But I don't want to stay in the hood and have hood love all the time. I want to have some hood love in LA. Let's go to LA and be hood love. Like, why we gotta stay here?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just didn't align and everything like that in that sense. And it kind of always seems like you always had a bigger vision for yourself. Is that something you've always had, or?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
what gave you that drive?
I feel like just me coming from where I come from, being so poor and up, and even getting to this level, and then this level, and then this. And I'm not even like at the biggest level yet, but I'm climbing. And the fact that I came from somewhere so far up, I know I'm gonna get there. I know I can go get there. I know that because it took work to get here, but with a little more work I could get, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's like, when you have came from nothing, it's like there's nothing more to chase but more. Like, there's more to see, because I ain't never had shit. So this that I'm having right now, it's like, it's one of my best, you feel me? But I know it's more out there, because if I you know what I'm saying, it just goes on, it gets bigger. And yeah, that's always been my motivation, not coming from and realize I could be the biggest that I could be, and I started with nothing. All
it takes to, and you're in a prime example of that is hard work and just dedication and consistency. Because I've seen that for you. Like, you've been consistent. You've just always been on. Doing everything. You're doing shows. You're doing podcasts. You're doing TV shows. Every time I talk to you, it's something new.
Yes,
for albums. Sure. So I will say you're always working.
Yes.
Always doing something. And that definitely, like, you're going to get there.
Thank you.
You're getting there already. Just wanted to touch base, too, back about foster care system. So you have your mom in your life, right?
Yes,
and she just didn't, or at the time, she just couldn't take care of you? Or, like, what does that look like?
So my mom started dealing with, like, very bad alcohol abuse. Like, she had always, you know, drank like that. But it got to a point where it got really bad. You know, she was going through a lot of in her life. Well, she came through a lot anyways. But I want to say it started getting bad around when I was in the 2nd grade and stuff like that. And she was pregnant with my sister. And so after that, her having a fresh infant, and then we started missing school. We become school like not normal. People started asking questions and shit like that. And
not normal, like what?
Like, sometimes we'll be beat up, you know what I'm saying? I'm an honor roll student. I've been an honor roll student my whole life. I've been to the same school since I was in pre-K all the way to 8th grade. I was an honor roll student the whole way. When I started slacking and not showing interest in school, or like come to school with my head down like that, it's just not me. And so my teachers would start to ask what was going on, and the reality of it was like, my mom was getting so drunk that like we would try to go outside to escape the atmosphere of her being drunk with her friends and like that, but she would get blacked out drunk to the point we got to sleep in the hallway of the apartment building. And so it's like she wake up like the next morning, maybe 6-7 a.m. days like, dang, y'all got to get ready for school, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm sorry, what the bam. But we get ready for school, and we go to school like we didn't just sleep in the fucking hallway, you know what I'm saying. And my mom used to have, you know, my dad did her really bad, and so she used to get drunk and like take that out on me. And so yeah, she used to just like put her hands on me and wake up and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, and like that. And me being a kid, I ain't know how to deal with that because I'm a kid, so I really feel like you sorry. And I do understand, like, I feel like I had two versions of my mama. Like, when she got drunk, I'm like, okay, this is not mommy, but I know whatever the finna happen, I just gotta take it because this still my mama. I can't, you feel me? But when she wake up, she crying, she say she's sorry, I'm gonna hug her, I'm gonna tell her, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. And I spent a lot of my time trying to like also please my mom so that she wouldn't get drunk and do those things. Like, I remember when she used to get blacked out drunk, I used to try to clean the whole house and like wake her up with breakfast and stuff like that, like something to encourage her to not to drink again, but she always did. And we were just going to school like exhausted. Like, it was kind of like taking my light away, and teachers who cared about me knew it, because at one point, like, I'm the girl in class rapping, and now it's like, you know,
not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know all that. Thank you for sharing that.
For
That's
sure.
definitely deep. Have you ever talked to her about why she drank so much?
Honestly, we have multiple talks about why she drank so much, and it all stems back to the trauma that her mom caused her as well. It's like similar to what she's done to me. She just mimicking it like a mirror, and so I feel like I'm the one that stopped it. It don't give her an excuse, but the reality of it is, everybody was up, and it just like, I'm just the one who end up not being up. I'm the one who stopped. I'm the one who asked for help. I'm the one who wanted to save my sister. Like, I wanted to stop. And so I don't know if my mama ever gonna truly really understand what she has done to me, because she still struggled with some of the substance abuse, even worse than what she did before. But I know that she's been trying to love me, and she do be trying to understand, and she be trying to help now in the ways that she can. Like, she helped me with getting my apartment out here when I was moving back from school. She helped me when I went to go get my car. Like, she wants to be involved. Like, she's trying. So, yeah, I don't think she ever gonna understand me, though. I think I gotta love my mama and understand her more than she would ever be able to understand me.
How does that make you feel, like that she'll never be able to understand you?
It makes me feel like I've accepted it at this point, because it's just been so long. Like, I'm 22, and I feel like I've been waiting on mommy to get better since I was like 8 years old. And I feel like, okay. And now it just comes the fact of, do I want to hate my mama, or do I want to figure out how to get through this life without seeing her lay in a casket with regrets? And so the only way that I could do that is love her through what she's going through. And it hurts because obviously that's my mom, and I want that back. But at the same time, I am an adult now, and I cannot let my childhood wounds do to my family what they childhood wounds did to us. So never gonna end. Like, it gotta stop somewhere. So I'm cool. I got it. I'm stronger than her. It's okay. It's up, but I am, and I got you.
Does she see that too within you?
I do think she sees that within. I know my mom sees that within me. Because the that she tolerate, I won't tolerate. Even within our relationship, like, all that, she even know, like, you gotta come to me correct, girl, because, like, you will get hung up on. You will not be able to come in this house. I will let you just knock at my door, because I'm not the, oh, we family, so you finna talk to me or argue with me on whenever you want to. So I have more boundaries, and she understands that, but that's what's grown our relationship. So I think she respects that, because without boundaries, we just be running in circles, always arguing and fighting with each other.
And, like, was that something you learned then, as far as those boundaries?
Yes, I had to learn boundaries and healthy, like, habits when I went to school. I had to get out of Chicago, get out of the midst of arguing with my family every day, get out of the midst of everybody's opinions, and go see something else. What do I like? What do I feel? What do I want to accept? What makes me feel good or bad? And I couldn't do that in the midst of the fire. I had to, you know, a young thug say, like, how I'm gonna heal in the fire. Like, I couldn't do that. So I had to go away. I went to school. Thank God for the label. It's fly me out to Nashville and to this place and this place. Like, I got to be alone and find peace and come back and be like, okay, these are the boundaries that I learned from dating this dude when I was in this city. These are the boundaries I had learned from this friend. And this is what I learned from being alone. So this is what we're going to do now for this relationship. Because now the ball is in my court. I am an adult. You did me wrong. We're going to handle this relationship in the best way that it works for me, because obviously you could not do it as a parent. But I still love you and I want to do it. So this is how we going to do it.
So almost like that, getting you out of the chaos, putting you in some peace, some time where you actually had thoughts to think for yourself, to actually flourish and not just be in survival mode, really gave you kind of more of a perspective of your own self. Like, okay, what do you need? What do you like? What are your passions? How do you want to be talked to? How do you want to be treated?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you go to school?
So I started at Eastern Illinois University, and then I left and I switched. And I feel like this is important for me to say. I started at Eastern Illinois University, which is a school that I did not really want to go to. It was just the farthest, and they offered me a scholarship. That don't mean just go to that school. I was gonna drop out completely, and I went and I stayed in Champaign, Illinois, in a hotel for about 3-4 months, and I started working at McDonald's, and then I got an apartment, and then I enrolled into Parkland College, and then I got an automatic enrollment program to the University of Illinois and started interning there, and that's where we at now. Yes. Oh, okay. And I actually just got the email from them, University of Illinois, today, saying they wanted to, have me back at the camp to teach this spring semester for the hip hop camp. So I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations!
Yay.
That's
you.
Huge. That's huge to go back to the school that you were taught at.
Yeah.
And then now to teach.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the other generation, the younger generation, and give them like the insights that you have.
Yes.
Wow. How do you feel about that?
I feel great, and I'm happy. A lot of these opportunities, because it started with Lamont Holden, because like I said, I was doing classes at Parkland when I left EIU. He had got me in there to be able to do classes at the University of Illinois, take internships and stuff like that through music. All of this started not even through education is something I'm still pursuing and chasing through that. It started through music. Like they didn't come and find me as a student. They found me in the club performing. Literally, Lamont Holden was a director of the music building, and he just he'd be out looking for talent, and he heard they was having opening acts. He came to a couple of shows, and I caught his eye, and he had relayed me back to the University of Illinois, which ended up getting me shows at other universities in this internship and so many other opportunities. Like that portfolio that I've been building has helped me come to Chicago and be able to do teaching stuff through music. Yeah.
How has it been for you to balance both then education and music?
It's hard because when I went to school, when I got signed, I took a lot of breaks. I'm not gonna lie, but you can do that. Sorry, you can enroll yourself and take a semester off and then come back as long as your grades are good and like that. Yeah. So it was a learning process, because there was a lot of times, like I said, especially at the beginning, when I was 18, I was just starting, leaving EIU. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know if school was gonna be a thing. It just has to be. I don't know. It's something you have to want. I like to learn. I like to meet new people, and I just feel I just told my friend this too. In this age, the way to meet other people in this age group is probably gonna be college, or else it's gonna be hood and in the club like that. And while some of those bonds do be good, those don't really be taking you as far as people who want to learn too, who want to see more too. I don't know. And I only advocate for college because I was in foster care and I had the benefits to go to. In other words, it do kind of be a scam sometimes when you have to overly pay for it. But the reality of it is you do need to go and learn, take some classes, get some certifications, do something. I got my pharmaceutical technician certification. I don't even know why. I worked at CVS for 3 months. I just did it to see what it was. Just try. You know what I'm saying?
And then I feel that's definitely what your 20s are about, is seeing what you like, seeing what you don't. You're going to learn lessons throughout it regardless, because I'm pretty sure you've at all your jobs have learned something from it, and then you can take on to whether apply it to your music, or apply it to relationships, or apply it to your next careers, or even music too. Probably can talk about how customer did you wrong, you know what I mean? Because you'll see a lot, especially working in industries
I actually wrote a song for, I can't even say, because it's a bigger artist though, and it's a song called Diner Boy, and she sings it really well, and I wrote it from when I was working in Slim Chickens in the diner on campus. So yes, you could take your regular experiences and translate them into art. That's literally what music and creation is. You don't need to be this big time rapper. You don't need to have all this flashy shit to talk about. You can literally like romanticize your life, and that's how I get by, romanticizing my life.
Yeah. So like, what is your thought process when you're making music?
What's going on, like what's going through my head. I think like a good example to relate to is Jealous Boy. It's like I was in the heat of an argument with my boyfriend at the time, and it's like he was being on some jealous shit, and I just wanted to, I don't go cheat and on so I just sit with my feelings, and that's what I do at any time, and that's the best thing to do. I don't run from my feelings no matter what the situation is. Sit with them, and I promise you, if you just maybe turn on a beat, listen to something that inspires you, shit will just flow because you're feeling it. You're in the essence of it. You're in the pit of it, and that's how I get through shit. And so yeah, and then when it comes to the visuals of it, like with Jealous Boy, when we got back cool, I was like, we gotta reenact that argument we had. Like, I want us to literally, how we was arguing, how I threw that plate, we need to do that. And I do that with every video. I try to, at least. And yeah, to try to tell my life story, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna die one day, right? And what are y'all gonna have? I don't wanna just have arguments with bitches on Instagram. I want you to know my story. ASAVV needs a hit. Why I got signed. I didn't get signed for a hit. Summer 18, talking about foster care, Jealous Boy, breaking up with my boyfriend. And like, that is gonna be the template for the life that I lived when I'm not here to tell it no more, to talk about it, to sit down and speak for myself.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
And as far as like touching base with your feelings and sitting with them, is that something you've always done, even when you were in foster care?
No, I think that I've delved deep into sitting with my feelings just recently, like in the last year and two, because I've learned and got more comfortable and happy with being alone. And that's something that I have to learn, because even with growing up in foster care, I have my most happiest moments through my companions. Everyone who helped me along the way, like gave me somewhere to sleep, or you know, here you can wear this hoodie or shit like that, or their mama gave me a meal like that. I always felt like I needed people, because I came up taking little bits and this from everybody to survive. But when I really got my own apartment and I stopped inviting everybody over when I was in school, and I got my deal, and I was like, I don't know what I want to go from here. Like, I got a deal, you know what I'm saying? I know I want to maximize off of it. I keep asking everybody opinions. Like, I just need to be by myself. That's when I feel like, that's when I started sitting with my feelings, asking myself, how do I feel, making decisions for myself, and yeah, that's what happens. I feel like I kind of actually had to be forced into isolation. Let me be real. I had to be forced into isolation to start sitting with my feelings. Like, people have to do me wrong. I have to get hurt. I have to keep talking too much. I told too many people my feelings. I vented too much. I hugged the wrong people. I cried to the wrong people. All that shit, it forced me into isolation, and that isolation made me stronger. It made me love being alone, and it made me learn how to sit with my feelings, write down my feelings, deal with them yourself, because all that talking shit is not getting you nowhere but more hurt, honestly. And it's only spreading around the fact that you hurt. Now everybody know you hurt instead of just you. Like, girl, just heal on God. So
that's huge.
Yeah.
Sitting in it. And I feel like, especially growing up in the foster care system too, you probably wanted that connection, you wanted that closeness, you probably wanted to be understood, you know. I feel like a lot of, especially like adoptees, you know, and just like in the foster care system, want to be understood. And it sounds like too, once you kind of stop relying on that and just focused on you and like, what do you need, sitting in however you feel, stop running away from it, then all your answers came to you. So can you talk to me too a little bit about like the foster care system and how that works?
So how I got integrated into the system, because I had multiple cases, was I remember my mom got drunk one time and she had made physical appearance bruises on me. I went to school, they sent me to the office, boom. Because I had a little sister at this time, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna tell, because I do not want this shit to happen to my little sister. She was a baby, she was in preschool. They had randomly started sending people to our house to do like random checkups. This one particular lady did a checkup this one day, and my mama was drinking like out of a water bottle with some vodka, like clearly, and they was like, you know, pack up shit, we finna go. They took us to our grandma's house that night, and they was like, y'all gonna stay here temporarily, but your grandma is too old to take care of y'all. I do not know why, because my grandma is still standing, going to the casino. Would have saved us a lot of trauma, but anyways. From there, we had hella family members who we had gave their names to see if they would take us. Everybody had a different process. During this time, they sent us back with my mama. My mama sent us with some dude named Christopher who was staying in the basement. Then we went to school, and I told them that was happening, and they sent us to a facility because we didn't want to stay with Christopher. Then after that, it was just like moving around. Then after that, they said that case ended, so they sent us back with my mama. More abuse, because at this point she was more drinking, and then she was mad that I told. So then it was like flowing from this person to this person to this godmama to this person, back to this facility, then back to UCAN, which is a trauma unit. Like, we was just everywhere. We had no home until when I was 14, my auntie adopted us, and that was fine, but she kicked me out when I was 16. I'm grateful for the love and stability that she provided my little sister, but shit, me being a 14-year-old going through all of that and stuff like that, I used to tell her I was depressed, like I was sad, and she used to tell me like, you got a room in the PS4 now, so why are you sad? And that shit made me go smoke weed and start fighting and all type of shit. Like, I was still good grades through all of this, which is crazy. Like, I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Like, I think I'm actually insane, because even when I was getting beat as a kid, good grades. High school, homeless, making it to school, good grades. I don't know what the fuck. I literally gave a speech to the class before me because I just had the number 3 SAT score, and I took the SAT while I was homeless.
Wow. Like,
I don't know, but yeah, all those different things is just what was the question originally? I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine. I was just wondering about how you, like the foster care system and how that worked for you.
So they was taking us everywhere and throughout the system. And then when my auntie kicked me out when I was 16, I was just like, F it, like, I'm not going to tell nobody else. Like, I'm tired of this shit. It is what it is. I really didn't want my auntie to get my sister taken, because reality, she was gonna get both of us took out the house for kicking us out without kicking me out on my ass with nothing, without telling DCFS. But I wanted my sister to have a cool home still. I didn't want to go back through the process. I just thugged it out. And my junior year, she let me come back in because they told her, I was gonna fail. I had a good SAT score, but it's like, I'm not coming to school, so it's like, I have to meet those requirements. She let me come to finish my junior year. Once I did that, senior year, I moved back with my mom because shit, me and my auntie kept getting to it. She was trying to kick me out again. I ain't really had nowhere to go. I just needed somewhere to stay. So I went to college. And shit, ever since I've been to college, I've been on my own. I've been good. Like,
oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. I did not know all of that.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah. Wow, that is like so inspiring. So thank you so much for that. Sure. Just the fact that even in all that instability, you were still able to somehow like ground yourself, even with school. And maybe that's what kind of helped ground you, was just pouring all that into school, even when everything at home was going against you and moving from place to place. Because especially as a kid, that causes a lot of like just inner turmoil, which I'm pretty sure you felt, right? How did you go about coping with that and like wondering, okay, I'm here, but where am I gonna go next? Or are they gonna leave now after a couple months? Or if I get kicked out of here? And
I'm not gonna lie, I smoke weed. And it's gonna sound bad because I don't advocate for using substances, but I'm gonna advocate for what I did to help me and just be honest about it. I started smoking weed the moment that I stepped into my auntie house when I was like 15 years old. I got adopted at 14, started smoking at 15. It's just like, I don't know what it is. It just made me not care. And that's so fucked up, because I know that I still go to therapy. I still heal because I know that, you know what I'm saying, there's some underlyingness, but I did suffer from anxiety. I do suffer from anxiety. And sometimes I just smoke and I'll be okay. And I just like to get money. And I block everything out and think about where could I go, to get away from all this shit. The farthest I could go is what keeps me moving. It's what keeps me motivated. Make more songs, make more money, make more connections, because one day you're going to be where you want to be, far away, where none of happen, in a state where nobody hurts you, in a state where nothing, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to get good. I just got to keep working until it can get that good. So, yeah.
Yeah, like even with that, with, making your own money, being independent, doing what you want to do, how do you still make time for the people who want to be in your life?
I feel like I make. Oh, that's a good question. Because like, even my closest friends, like, okay, my close friend Daryl Colcap, he's an artist actually. We've been friends since my freshman year, before my freshman year of high school. He has kind of been one of my only friends that seen me go through the ups and downs of being in and out of homelessness and going to school, being fucked up, being being a friend that needed help to being a friend that could help. And so, people like that, we both live our own lives and we kind of call and make time for each other when it makes sense. But it's like, even he's building and we get each other. Like, I don't know, the real people in my life, I ain't gonna lie, we don't have that much time for each other because all of us are really chasing some shit. The niggas in my life the bitches too, who want to sit in my face every day and they want to, know all my business and they want to smoke 24/7 and they want to be on your ass. It's because these bitches are not being adults. They don't have anything else to do. I'm not gonna lie to you. Real adult friendship is not sitting under your ass every day. Like, can we go build something? Like, I don't know. So yeah, I make time for people who make time for themselves. So that when we come together, we have something to build and talk about, and it's not just draining each other of life and wasting each other's time. For real, you become the company you keep, and a lot of these bitches used to hold me back because I thought I was being friends, I thought I was building bonds, and I thought I needed people, and I don't. So yeah.
I see. So you just curate a circle of who you want to be around and the energy.
Yeah, and they're there when it matters. We always are there for each other when it counts, but we all have an understanding, like, we build in life, especially my friends from college. Like, there's friends that I have that have already graduated, that's moving on to their bachelors and stuff like that. You think they got a time to sit and talk about me fighting on a show all day? It's still love. When they see it, they gonna hit me up and we gonna chit chat about it. But like, just like real life kept going for me after that show, real life is already happening for them while I was filming that show. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all love though, because we grown.
Have you ever seen that with either like relationships or friendships, it's harder for you to like accept love, or kind of almost have like one foot in, one foot out? When it comes like, okay, what if it leaves? Or I got to keep my guard up. So if they do leave, okay, I'm good. I'm straight. I got me.
So, yeah, okay, this is what I would say. I'm a lover. Like, I will love, and I will love all the way in. But anybody that date me could tell you, like, you're going to, after you start chipping away at shit, you're going to slowly, like, see that fade. Like, I'm a kissy, wake up, want to do everything, cook for you. Like that. Like, I will make time and start, f***ing up my own schedule for love. But because I think there does need to be a healthy balance. I don't think success exists without love and healthy money finances. But it's like because I'm so independent, it's like I'm not the bitch who's staying after you keep cheating, shorty. I'm not staying after you cheat the first time, my nigga. Like, I'm actually gone once I even think, oh, I gotta ask too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. I'm not building a man. I'm not raising a man. I'm not going tit for tat. I'm not fucking on you just because you went and did that. I'm just gonna go away and move on with life and probably, get a better car, another crib, move to a new city, and that's gonna be my revenge. That's what makes me feel good. Not being in competition with somebody who I supposed to have love. It should not be a fight. I don't want to fight with you. If I gotta fight for love, you just gonna fight yourself, because I'm gone.
The trash take itself out.
Oh God.
You ever feel then, like, especially then after like cheating? Have you been cheated on?
When was the last time I got cheated on? Yeah, I got cheated on before. I ain't gonna fly. It's not this last time, but yeah.
How does that like affect you?
It depends. Okay, let me be for real. Like, cheating affects me only depends on a bitch, and that sound like so bad because it's like your loyalty lies with me, so you was gone anyway. But what make me probably cry something like that is like, was it somebody you really loved, or was it just like an easy go? Like, some bitches be trying to overly trying to fuck because she know that you f***ing me and she trying to hurt my feelings. And so if she just got her legs open, she's an easy kill and she was just there, I don't really give a f***, because I know you don't love that bitch. I know you just did something. She did it for me. Y'all both look stupid. Like, I'm the plot. Y'all lay up and talk about me type vibe. And then if it's like, I've never been cheated on with a better bitch. I'm sorry. I've never been cheated on with a bitch who was doing more than me. It's always been a bitch who was like under me or wanted to feel like she was, on the same level as me. So the only way you can access the same level as me is doing the same as me. That's really the only thing me and most of any of you bitches got in common, is we probably fuck with the same. We not the same. We don't live in the same neighborhoods. We don't get the same type of money. We don't take the same type of trips. We don't have the same type of education. We don't value the same type of morality. We just have a in common, and that does not make us the same, my love.
Yeah, that fades.
Yeah.
Too. That's quick. So then, like, going back to, like, with your sister, then how does she see you? Do you guys have a close relationship?
Me and my sister are going through it right now at this moment. So me and my sister grew up as like together. I really raised my sister. But this past summer, our grandfather, my mom's grandfather died, right? And my mom had got a sum of money, and you know, we was getting into it because my she struggled with substance abuse, and I was trying to help her use what she got to help herself. And it was getting really bad because it's like money for an addict, and I don't want to talk about my mom, but I gotta tell my truth. Money for someone who's an addict, it goes like this, like, and it's only enhances them to make like the self-destruct. And so it got to the point where I was watching my mama self-destruct, and I was watching the family kind of trying to like use her and pitch off of her and let her self-destruct because she had money. And it's like stealing from her, all this weird. And so my sister wants me to be the kumbaya sister and make up with my adoptive auntie, which is still the parent that she lives with, but that's the parent that kicked me out, and lie. And it's like, she don't understand I'm an adult. I'm an adult. I have my own boundaries, and I'm gonna stand up for myself now, and I'm gonna stand up for my mom too now because I can. And so it's like her living in my aunt's home. My aunt has the power to, you know, affect how we see each other and shit like that. And for that reason, my sister want me to kiss her ass. But it's like, I can't keep devaluing myself. Like, literally, she been trying to do that to me my whole life. Anytime I don't say something that you agree with, I'm getting kicked out. I'm on my ass. And now I'm an adult. I got my own shit. It's like, well, I should be able to speak on my own opinions because I don't need you anymore. But now you're going to try to withhold my sister from seeing me and all this other lame shit. And I'm just like trying to tell my sister, like, we got to be able to build our own bond outside of that. But one of the main reasons why, you know, my aunt kicked me out was because my sister was very young when she moved in, which means easier to mold. Not to say she's not doing right by my sister, because I would never, my sister's in the safest place that she could be. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, we're different. I was 14 years old. I had already went through what I went through. My trauma was already stained on me, and I know who I am and I know where I came from. I'm not letting my trauma take over me, but it's like, you can't materialize me and make me forget. My sister, on the other hand, materials, and so it's like sometimes she will conform. Well, she's a kid, so I'm not gonna say that, but you know what I'm saying? When you're a kid, people could use materials to make you do what you want. They can take your Christmas and your birthday away. You can't do that to me. So the relationship is gonna be different. And right now it's affecting me and my sister. But she know that I love her, and she know that time is gonna like help our relationship. Like, she's gonna be graduating soon, and nobody's gonna be able to say anything about our relationship. And I'm trying to be here for her the best way that I can while respecting myself. And yeah, but I love her down. I would die for my sister. On God. Aww. She tatted on my arm.
Aww. Why do you think your aunt treated you two differently?
Because my sister was easier to mold. My sister was about 7 or 8 when she moved in. I was 14. And it's like, I had my own feelings, and I knew I have my own perception shit because I have to grow up in a house where I have to be an adult. I ain't gonna say I did come in there being a little bit too grown. I can say that. Not grown into the fact where I was doing like bad stuff. It's just the fact that, like, you know, you can't invalidate my feelings. My feelings are my feelings. At 14, I knew what I felt was what I felt. So if I'm telling you I'm sad, you can't say, well, you shouldn't be sad because you got PS4 now. I don't even play the PS4. I played the Xbox. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Listen to me. Give me a hug because that's what I need. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to make me I did cheerleading and shit like that, but stop trying to make me get involved in more programs to distract me from what I'm feeling instead of listen to what I'm feeling, because I'm coming to you and I'm telling you. And that was my main problem with my auntie. I told her my feelings and she always used to tell me, you want attention. And it's like, I'm 14, my nigga. I don't got friends at school because we fucked up. We don't got no drip in this bitch. So it's like we just out here. So if I want some attention from you at home, this is the only place where I'm getting it. You're my parent. Can you listen to me? And she always made me feel bad. And I guess it's because me and my sister got adopted while she had a 2-week-old child, and she had 3 kids at the time. A 2-week-old when we moved in, and then my other 2 cousins. So anytime I spoke up about my feelings, it was like, you have to be mindful of the fact that this is their house first. And, you can't make everything about you because there's 3 other kids here that are actually my kids. And I don't want them to feel invalidated. But you invalidated me by making me feel like I got to walk around this like I'm not your kid that you just adopted. So I don't know. It was weird. I don't with how she made me feel. Like everybody tried to make me feel small and is dead. Y'all. On God.
If you could go back, how would you want her to make you feel? Or what did you want or need in that moment?
A hug. When I asked for a hug, when she asked me what I wanted to do in life, and I said, can I just get some studio time with all the DCFS money that they give you per month? It's only $40 an hour. And she told me, choose something that's feasible, that's realistic. I wanted somebody to be like, you know what? You going through all this and you still finding something to create and stuff like that. I'm going to invest in that because you could be sitting in the back room smoking weed like you ended up doing anyways, because you wouldn't let me go rap, because you wouldn't listen to me when I said, hey, I'm sad, this is how I'm feeling, I made this song, could you listen to it? Or until what I'm saying, like this and this is going on at school and I feel like it relates back to my mama, and it's like, oh my God, why you gotta let that go. I'm 14, girl. Help me. Walk me through it. Take me through it. You did it. You left me hanging. I had to figure this shit out of myself. So yes, we'll never have that bond because you hurt me. I looked at you as a mentor, as somebody who came and saved me. And you gave me false hope. You put me out on my ass. You told me my feelings was a cry for attention. So you made me shut the up until I got away from you and I learned how to not shut up and speak up for myself. You part of the reason why I let a lot of slide. Like, I don't with that.
And how are you able, to even connect to your emotions at such a young age, too? Because it sounds like you knew what you needed. You could verbalize, you could tell her, hey, I need affection, I just want your attention.
Music. And it's so fucked up because I vividly remember, only listening. I listen to Juice WRLD a lot. I love Juice WRLD. I got his head on my neck, but, only listening to music when I wanted to talk about my feelings and only turning to that. My auntie wouldn't even know. I used to write, the lyrics on my mirrors that she used to buy, and she used to get mad at like that because I didn't have nothing else. In high school, the there only cared about fucking Hennessy, Gucci, and I'm not gonna lie, I grew up in that era where everybody was scamming and everybody was looking for a next come up and stuff like that. Nobody was in tune with their emotions. Nobody was even real about the shit that they was going on at home, because I knew everybody didn't have no perfect home. I know I'm not the only one, but I'm the only one that humanized my feelings like that. Everybody just wanted to be in this grind culture, and it's so crazy because everybody around me who was telling me I need to get out my feelings and focus on, I got more money than them. I'm more farther than them than they could ever be, and it's because I was in tune with my emotions, because I allowed life to live. Y'all don't be living and thinking that you just gonna wake up rich and shit like that. And a lot of my blessings come from me speaking like this and talking and allowing myself to feel and shit like that. So yeah, but music. That's why I love music.
You're just able to process your emotions and how you feel, and honestly too, now you're able to do that for others.
Yes.
To make music so they can relate to it is basically your creative art. You're transmuting how you're feeling, or the pain, and making it into something beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
For sure.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because even I know for myself, when I was 14, I did not have the capability of that. The emotional intelligence of being able to express how I felt. I just acted out because I didn't know what it was I was feeling. I didn't know how to regulate my own emotions. Is that even with music, it helped you regulate yourself?
Yeah, I think it helped me regulate myself, but don't get it wrong, I acted out too. I had to act out to be able to, you know what I'm saying? I remember when I was 14, like I said, I started smoking weed. I was on a cheerleading team. Shit, I was smoking before practice. Shit, I was dating and stuff like that. And my first love, he came my sophomore year, but even before that, but at the beginning of that, he had to not very submissive, and I don't know, I was a kid, but what I'm saying is like I wasn't open to love. You know what I'm saying? People really loved me, and I was just feeling like, because the person at home didn't listen to me, why would you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you care so much? And so, yeah, I had to maneuver through that. And
how'd you maneuver through that? Because that's huge, what you said right there.
Yeah. Honestly, like I said, I'm grateful for the people who did come into my life and show me real love. I'm even grateful for who came in and they fucked up later, but I know that they tried and I felt that real love. Because I don't feel like every is a bad. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just be over with, and you show me what you could show me, gave me the love, and that's mine to keep. But yeah, I just think that being someone who gave genuine love, I did receive that back in little ways. It may not always be from the most perfect people, from the most loyal people at the end of the day, but the respect level that we have for each other was different. There's people who I could call today who I've loved, who I know if it all go wrong and I need somewhere to lay my head, I could. I probably wouldn't call you. I'd probably get a hotel, but you know, I could. And just having people in my life along the way, especially before I started diving deep into showing my music and being ASAVV, who cared about me and seen something in me when I didn't have. That's really how I feel like I was able to maneuver through all the bullshit and be like, you know, there's real love to come. Because I know it's harder for people who have never experienced any forms of love, because it may seem like that shit never gonna come. But my confidence and my pride has come from my own strength, and also because I have been loved before. You know, Tradari's loved me before. He would never do this type of shit. You know, Arius done did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if this don't work, my nigga, this ain't my all ends all, because niggas love me. I've been loved. So I could take that with me. Every bit and pieces of relationships that I go through, if it don't last, I keep the good parts with me and I take it and I use it in one way or another.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Like, you still are able to like receive that. And have you always been able to allow it, or was there times where you would sabotage it?
Have I sabotaged love before? Yes. I've been crazy. I'm a crazy girl. I've been told. Like, I have my first mugshot was from a domestic violence, domestic. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I think that I have sabotaged love in a way that I could be too intense sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't love everybody. I don't be fucking with hella niggas, and I'm very particular with my energy. I feel like when I'm into some even when it's going good, I be being chaotic. Like, I'm not used to peace sometimes. So it's like I gotta, and you make sure you're not doing nothing. Like, you know, don't play like I don't have to do extra shit. You know what I'm saying? And when I feel played with, it gets very dark, you know, and that's something I have to learn and work with, because you have to learn how to love people through your anger. And at one point in my life, especially like in my early college years, I didn't know how to do that. I used to feel like I'm doing everything right. I done made it out of the city. I done made it out of foster care. Why the fuck you think you could disrespect me, and it took me so long to get here? Like, you know, shit like that. But I had to understand everybody ain't coming through my walks of life, and I can't put what I've been through on everybody else. And I've learned that now, but I didn't know that then. It comes with trial and error.
It's like, how do you show up now?
How do I show up in relationships now? Now I pretty much show up, you know, I don't need anything from anybody. I just come offering love. I come willing to work with whatever you got going on, but not at the expense of my own self. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as needy anymore. Like, you can go. If this is not where you want to be, you can go. In fact, if I don't think this is where I want to be, I don't really think we got to work it out and do too much. Like, I'm willing to go now. But when I'm in it, I'm in it. When we got each other, we got each other. Like, when I'm beside you and you got me, I'm behind you at 110%. There's nothing that nobody could tell me about you but you. There's no amount of money that you need to make in order to have love for me. You don't got to earn love for me. I love you. But it's like, I love myself more. And that's how I'm in relationships these days. I'm going to love you down, but I'm always going to love myself more.
And I feel like that's kind of how it should be.
Yeah.
It's just two people who are, two people healing and putting themselves first, but coming together to not only heal and just do better for themselves, but kind of see the growth of the other person, you know. And sometimes there might be the end of the road, you know? Or sometimes people don't want the same thing either. And like you said, you gotta love yourself more to know, like, all right, this is not it. This is not what I want. Mm-hmm. So have you always, even at your younger days, knew who you were? Because I feel like you have a very strong...
ASAVV knew who she was from a very young age. I did. I always felt like I was going to be a rock star. Always. I came up on Hannah Montana, Shake It Up. I knew I was like bigger than my environment. I knew I was a fucking star. I knew that I liked different things than everybody liked. And yeah, I just didn't quite know how to tap into that yet. I needed to learn how to tap into my confidence. And I think that, like I said, it came with experiencing, seeing life and seeing how other cultures and other people perceive me, and not just the regular day-to-day people who I've grown up with my whole life and they think they have some perception of me. But yeah, I always knew I was that girl. I always knew I wanted to make rock star music. I always knew that I wanted to help other women. I always knew that I wanted to be able to speak out and be proud about the things that I've been through, good and bad, because I know that it will help somebody else. I always know that I wanted to teach, even if it wasn't sitting in a classroom. It's just like helping people. Like, I don't know. I always knew that God had a higher calling for me, for sure. It was bigger than me. Like, even with all of this stuff, it's like, oh, I'm branding and I'm speaking on behalf of ASAVV, but this shit is bigger than me. I have little girls that watch me. I have students that literally, you know, look up to me. I have people who have been through the same things as me, and they probably look to me like, dang, how did she get through it? How is she getting through it? Let me listen, and I'm here for y'all. It's a process, and I'm here for it. God is using me.
He sure is. He sure is. Do you feel like that's why, whether like your aunts or other family members or people in your life saw that and were threatened by it?
I think that I don't want to say that my family was ever threatened by the God in me, because my family has always told me to run to God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that we can all say we have in common, regardless, is we have a different relationship with God. It may be different. We may handle it different, may perceive it different, but my family, my grandma made sure that we all had a relationship with the Lord and have been to church, or it was involved in church in any type of way. What I think it is, though, is that people want you to have the relationship with God that they have. So God may have ordained you to do something in this life that it has nothing to do with me and my mission. You know, it may be, my mission may be higher. Your mission may be to sit down and be quiet and be calm and collective. My mission may be to blow the roof off the place and tell everything, so I could be the truth, so I could be a voice. And I think that that's what they were intimidated by. You cannot conform me when God has already told me what to do. Before I walked in the room, God told me what I need to do when I get in there. So my family, they don't like that I come into these rooms and I speak on the truth and the reality of my experiences for other little girls to hear, because they want to give, everybody wants to have this image and perception. They even want me to have an image. Oh, you giving people something to talk about to hold against you. Fuck them people. I don't care. This is not about them. It's not even about me. There's people who need this. Like, what?
Yes. And so, like, your relationship with God, have you always had one?
I think that, honestly, yes, I have. I remember being young and my grandma having me in, like, the children's choir at Greater Harvest Missionary Baptist Church, 5141 South State. Anyways, that's my church that I grew up in. No, I'm always gonna, like, I love that church, and I have gone to my own church since I've been to school, but I grew up in the dance team. I remember going after school praise dancing. I remember when one specific moment is like my mom, she started doing alcoholism, being an alcoholic really bad. And she had beat me. And that Sunday I had a dance. And my aunt Monica knew about it. Like, you know, the incident that happened, I knew about it. And something about that one praise dance just made me cry, it just like emotion that came with it. And I feel like God was always walking with me. And that's why I feel so confident and secure in every move that I make, because it's not just me, it's God. And I don't need friends because I got God. And I don't need a man because I got God. And when I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do it, God does. God will. Oh, God. Like, do not get me started. That
preaching.
Man has brought me through. Like, the reason I'm even sitting right here now after being beaten, abused, fucked up with so much confidence and so much light, I just got a bitch that sneaked me on camera, and I'm just confident. That shit don't move me, because God, like, I know that everything, you know, it's God. Even in the Bible, they tell you that you need to leave your hometown because God's the disciples that He sent, they was always shunned in their hometown. They were shunned by their family. I know this. I read the Bible. I study this. So, like, my relationship with God, I have since I was in church young, and I've been able to read the book and know about it. I have always felt like, oh, that's why. Like, I'm an angel. Like, everything that has happened to me, it didn't break me because my faith is the explanation for it. You know what I'm saying? My beliefs gives me reason, gives reason to it. Now, if I ain't believe in nothing, I'd probably be out here running around with my head cut off because I'd be like, oh, well, why me? And why this and why that? But when you refer back to that book, you realize, when you refer back to that word, those lessons, what He's going to put you through to elevate you, it makes sense. And you chill out a little bit because it's like, okay, I'm ordained. And everybody don't got God's blood blessing over them. I'm blessed to have that covering for me to be put through these tests, for even to go to my next level. Some niggas is so tied to the devil, y'all just going through that and ain't no light at the end of the tunnel. God got me through mine though. Like, yes, I love God.
Just having like such a grounding presence for you. And is that something that had always been in your life and you never rebelled against it, or you always knew, all right, this is a lesson I'm learning, I'm being prepared, you know, even though I might not know the reasoning for it, I don't need to know the reasoning?
I think in my worst point in my life, when I was homeless, I started questioning God because I didn't understand why me. Like, oh, my grades are good, I'm on the cheerleading team, I'm trying, you know what I'm saying, I'm humble, I don't have much, I'm making the best of it, why you keep making it worse on me? And then I'm a kid. I just didn't understand that. But I think that me even getting through that was a season of God trying to show me who my God was, having that questioning of, well, it must not be no God, because look at what, and then I'm going through and I'm elevating. It's like, well, I don't know how I just got this opportunity. And like I told you, I took the SAT test. I don't know how to like, I know I'm smart, but with everything that I was going through, I really had that, because there's somebody behind me helping me fill it in and like that. Like, all this shit, not just me, gang. And so it's like, I've had my doubts as a teenager, but God wiped that up real fast. And I don't even think that was a doubt. That was a moment for Him to come through and show me who He was on a 10-time scale, so that I wouldn't have any more questions, so I could keep going, spreading this shit positively. Even with everything that I do, like, I don't be doing all that shaking ass in my music overly shit. So don't say it like that. But even, you know, the stuff that I promote is not the most godly thing that I'm doing, but I didn't even know that God gives me the talent and the art to be able to reach people like me in a way so I can refer it back to them, because everybody ain't gonna sit right here on this podcast and listen to this. Some people are gonna strictly go listen to the music and not understand, or some people are gonna come from the music to get here, so, or
vice versa, come here to get to the music.
Yeah, so
that just gave me goosebumps.
Everything goes along with it. I love God and God loves me, and I feel like all this shit is already written out, to be honest.
And it just like shows me even more the inspiration you are, as far as like the dedication you have to yourself and the journey, not only just like the destination or like what you want to do, or things that you know you're gonna do, but what it comes with, the trials, the tribulations, the preparedness. And even, I feel like too, because you learn some of those lessons too at a younger age, it's gonna come, the blessings are gonna come sooner, you know, where most people, they don't really learn, or they start to learn, you know, in their mid-20s, maybe even 30s, they learn these things where they may experience, you know, going to jail or, you know, being homeless, to really see what God has for them, to prepare them. And you already having such a strong mindset, knowing, all right, this just comes with the territory.
Yeah, for sure.
I would, just say, like, any questions you have for your mom, of as far as like kind of the things that she did, or your auntie.
Not questions, just like kind of statement. I just want my mom to know, girl, I love you. And I know that life was hard coming up and you ain't have all the tools to get where you needed to go and stuff like that, but you're trying, and you're still a trying mother today, and for that, I love you. And we had our ups and downs, and you know, some of the trauma that you had me go through is still with me today, but at the same time, the fact that you still trying to right your wrongs and make up for it, we gonna be okay. Like, I just want her to know I love her. My auntie, I want her to know, you hurt me, but I love you too. Like, they both should know. there's no bitter, ill will. Like, I love y'all. I still lay anybody out about any one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hurt me, but at the same time, life goes on, and we won't never, my auntie specifically, we may never have that close, intimate bond, because at like my prime years of development, when I needed you, you weren't there for me, and so there's a lack of intimacy that will always be missing right there. But I understand 100% that you gave me a roof over my head. You made me have a safe space, like, you know what I'm saying, to cry in. I was crying in a roof over my head versus crying in an apartment hallway. And I respect what you've done for my sister. I respect, the fact that you are also just trying to. You have your own kids. You did not have to take us in and add a burden to your load. So I understand that, and you didn't come from much love either. So maybe you didn't know how to give it to me. I'm emotional. I be needing love, and we all just figuring it out. So I love y'all. And if I hurt y'all, I'm sorry too.
That is so much wisdom from you too. And especially even when you were a kid and you had that trauma and that hurtness, not letting that get to you and being bitter. How have you learned to just give love, even to the ones where you felt like misunderstood and you felt hurt, and for valid reasons too? Yeah. How are you able to forgive?
How am I able to forgive is just like knowing that I don't want to hold that. Like, I can't live my life happily if I'm always holding on to a grudge. You know what I'm saying? I can't teach other people to move on and heal if I don't take the work and the steps to actually heal. I think that I'm a grown up, and I've learned that within stepping to adult, I'm now really the author of my own life. So the lens that I look at things through is based on me. The things that I choose to carry with me is based on me. The burdens that I choose to take on is based on me. And, bills are already high. I just don't want to take on those extra burdens. Like, I just rather give love and, acknowledge the love through all the situations that I had, even where pain was also a factor. There was also love, and I need to just take that love with me and do what I can, because holding on to pain does nothing for me.
And it just sounds like too the accountability you hold against yourself. Yeah. Too, as far as like, all right, you're 22 and you're not only you're saying like, okay, you're grown and being an adult, like you're living that, where you have people 30s who don't even see that. You know what I mean? Who are doing the same thing, crying about their problems, but not doing anything about it. And you're putting in the action. You're showing up with the forgiveness. You are showing up for yourself too. Yeah. It's so inspiring.
Fingers touching.
This has been beautiful. Oh, so anything else like you have to say or you want to say too?
I definitely want to give a word to the girls and boys that's growing up without their parents. Do not think that's going to stagnate you. If you have less than these kids at school, do not make that make you feel bad about yourself. Make that make you a beast. Succeed in your studies. Make sure every time a motherfucker is bringing up a good grade, they talking about you, an honor roll, they talking about you, a SAT score, a new trip, a new scholarship, they bringing up your name, because you could take all the designer shit from everybody. They can't take that from you. And yes, I just also want y'all to know that you're not alone. Like, everybody don't come from the perfect family. You ain't gotta come from the perfect family to be raw, to get rich, to believe in yourself, to chase your dreams. Nothing. All you need is yourself and a plan. And in fact, if you're going through a little bit more, you actually have an advantage to alchemize off of what you're going through and make it into something beautiful, because everything is content. So just go ahead, sit down, and figure out how to make the best out of what you're going through, just like I did. We're gonna get through this together. Period. Stream ASAVV.
Amen. Okay, definitely that. Definitely that. And is that how you're able to get through the things even like now? It's just transmuting it, putting it into content?
Yes, absolutely. Everything negative I go through, I alchemize it. I control the situation. I don't let no situation control me. If there's a piece of content I don't like, I'm going to go and remake it and review it and talk about it and give you my perception. If there's a feeling or a situation that went wrong or something that hurt me and I don't like how it feels, well, I'm going to make a song about it. So now after I make the song, I feel like, you know what, that needed to happen, because I needed to make this raw ass song. Like, you don't never just sit in your pain. Figure out what makes you feel better and do that damn thing. For me, it's music and taking all my experiences and making it into something I could watch and profit from later, so that it doesn't feel so bad anymore. Everything feels like it happened for reason. And
Purpose.
so find your things that makes it feels like your purpose, your reason, you know. And yeah.
When you say alchemize, what do you mean by that?
Like taking something that's negative and turning it into a positive, growing off of it. So, for example, all the heat or the midst of all this BS that's going on around the drama right now that's been called about by my name, I'm just making music. I'm just promoting my songs. I'm so glad that all of y'all are tuning in and not just tuning in to the drama, actually going to help. My streams have been going up this week. And I'm just taking this opportunity to realize that I have more voices on me, and I'm going to use it to positivity. Even though some of you may came from a negative stance, that's not what I represent. That's not who I am, and I'm gonna use that to show y'all like that don't have to be all you are. Two things can be true at one time. And so yeah.
And at the end of the day too, like you said it yourself, you are the author of your own story.
Yep.
You know, and you're writing it how you want to, and it's all gonna fall into place. Like at the end of the day, all these different things too, all these different avenues that you're doing with the music, with podcasts, with TV shows, you know, it all comes back to who?
Me.
Yeah. You know? So, and then you're even just spreading messages too. So, and I love too how you're saying like do you almost feel like as an artist you separate yourself too from the things you do and the interests you have?
No, it's all me for sure. But just two things can be true at one time. Just because, you know, like I grew up in foster care and I could get rough and I've been hurt doesn't mean I can't sit down and talk about what's going on really and why that made me feel like that and how I got here and like that. Like, no, I'm a human, and real people know it doesn't just start when the clip ends. There's so much more behind the clip. So I want y'all to know that like this is real life. People have real feelings behind the music, behind the videos, behind the clips, behind the TV shows, behind the fights. I am a human just like y'all are. And so, yeah, and I'm only here to be a voice for those who are like me. Like, I used to be the bitch who didn't say anything either. I'm a voice for the people who are right now not saying nothing so that you feel like you can. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just be, I don't know, be what it be.
Like you said, like in the beginning, as far as like, I like how you said, because I would never have known that you grew up shy or that you didn't speak up. You know, I thought this always is how you were.
I feel like around people who I was comfortable, but no, not in like school. Like unless I'm rapping like that, no. But when it's time for me to be myself, like on my birthdays, around my close friends, stuff like that, yes, mohawks, tutus, skater skirts, all that. I used to love Willow Smith, but no, I never used to publicly showcase myself, not even to a big crowd in one room. So this is very much me apologizing for all those years that I shut myself up.
Wow. That's huge. Just giving that back to yourself. Of like, all right, when you close your own voice to yourself, and now you're just like, all right, I'm done with that. We speaking up, speaking your truth, like you said.
Yeah, no more writing my story for me. This is mine. This is me, and y'all gonna hear it from the horse's mouth now every time.
Yeah, we love it. Yes. And on that note, I think that's perfect note to end on.
Yes.
I would love for you to say, of course, like where can we find you, and then also any words that you would tell your younger self.
Okay. You can find me on all socials at ASAVV official with 3 L's, ASAVV.official with 3 L's. Make sure you guys go stream my new song Jealous Boy Remix 2 with Rock Out Danny and Rockstar ASAVV 2. The album is coming out, ASAVV. And a message I would give to my younger self is, girl, you doing the thing. You got it. I'm glad that you kept holding on. I'm so proud of you. I know that you would be proud of who you've become if you could see, you know, who I am now. And everything that you're going through is for a reason. That's the main thing I would tell myself. Hold on, keep holding on. I'm glad you held on, because all this shit is for a reason. All them nights in the room crying, somewhere figuring out where to sleep, all that shit is worth it. And it may not make sense then, but I promise you from your future self it's gonna make sense now.
It's making sense, and dollars. Yes, it definitely is that. So with that, this is the end, and I will just say, leave it on. No matter what happens to you, you definitely get to choose how your story is, and you are a prime example of that.
Yes, thank you.
You're
Juju.
welcome. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure. So excited.
ASAP.